Here's your thought for the night from Theology. Is that sometimes our life does feel like dust, feel like dirt. In fact, a lot of times life hands us things off the menu of life that we would never, ever order. Probably if we went around and surveyed 100% of us today, if we said, hey, does anybody want to sign up for cancer? Everybody to a person is saying, if you've never had it, saying no. I don't want cancer. But inevitably life happens and it doesn't happen the way we want it to, and life hands us lemons a lot of times. And we've been talking about it this month, right? Life hands you lemons, and I've noticed there's two kinds of people in the world. This bar is full of two kinds of people tonight. It's life hands you lemons, and some of you make lemonade. You get cancer in your 20s. And through that process, you actually become more full of life. You become sweeter. You become more refreshing. You become a blessing to other people. Then there's some of us that things happen in our life. The life hands us lemons. You know what? We just become lemons. We become super bitter on the outside and super sour on the inside. And I'm sure you've met people that they're defined by the trials and the tragedies in their life. Then you've met some people that you meet them and you think, man, you're one of the most interesting, wise, strong women or men I've ever met. And you find out that they've had a lot of garbage, a lot of struggle in their life. And here's the thought. Here's the thing that makes things differently. Here's the things that make some people turn into lemons, some people make lemonade. Jesus said it like this. A tree is identified by its fruit. If a tree is good, its fruit will be good. If a tree is bad, its fruit will be bad. Basically what Jesus is saying is this. If a tree is bad under the surface, inside what you can't see, it's going to produce bad fruit. If a tree is good below the surface of what you can't see, it's going to naturally produce good fruit. Every woman that we've introduced to you this month at Pub Theology is a woman of faith, someone who from the inside out has been made good. And so when life squeezes in on them, when tragedy strikes, when cancer is diagnosed, what's produced out of that person is what's already in them. Faith, hope, love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness. And that's called being a person of character, actually a person of integrity, because what's on the outside is the same as the thing that's on the inside. So all month we've talked about this. How do you become a person of integrity? There's three pillars of it. The first one we talked about 2 weeks ago was humility. The second one is gratitude. The third one I want to have you think about tonight is faithfulness. Here's how this works. Humility comes from a word humus, which actually means dirt or dust. So to humble yourself, you're actually coming down to earth. You've heard that phrase before, right? Hey, come down to earth. It means be humble. If you know the way that God made us, He picked up some dust to the ground and He breathed His Spirit into them. So in essence, you're just a big pile of dirt. It should make you feel good about yourself tonight. That's how you humble yourself. You realize, you know what, I'm a pile of dirt. The next step is to be grateful. You listen to Jenny's story tonight. She said that throughout this process of battling cancer, she didn't wake up every day and feel sorry for herself and say, you know what, I don't deserve this. You know what, I'm entitled because I'm an American and I'm in a first world situation and I have a job and I'm educated. I deserve better. I don't deserve cancer. And usually what happens is if you don't live with gratitude, you never get to that final phase, which is faithfulness. Because in the room tonight, we have some people that if you look back over your past 10 years, you see success and success. You see yourself finishing strong. You see healthier relationships. You see promotions. You see positive things. You see the product of faithfulness. For some of you, though, you look back and honestly, soberly, you look back and you say, you know what? Things don't usually end well for me. I tend to quit things like jobs. I tend to quit things like relationships, like friendships. And see, the thing about becoming a person of faithfulness is it works backwards. If you become a person of faithfulness and character, it's probably because you live with gratitude. And you live with gratitude because you probably realize that you're actually dirt and everything good in your life comes from God. And the way it goes the other way is if you wake up every day and you say every day is a gift from God. Even the good, the bad, the lemons, whatever it is life hands me. And you're grateful for it. You can wake up and face every day as a humble person with gratitude and say, you know what? I'm going to be faithful in this day because whatever this day gives me, it's a gift. And then truth like this begins to make a lot of sense about your life. It says, because of your faith, Christ has brought you into this place of undeserved privilege, where you now stand and you confidently and joyfully look forward to sharing God's glory. Listen to this. We can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials, for we know that they help us develop endurance, and endurance develops strength of character, and character strengthens our confident hope of salvation. And this hope will not lead to disappointment, for we know how dearly God loves us. Humility, gratitude, faithfulness, they allow your insides to match your outsides. And this month, this year, next year, or next decade, whenever life hands you your next batch of lemons, you make lemonade and you become a more refreshing, life-giving person. That, my friends, is your Pub Theology thought for this evening. If you'd like to ask a question, you text it in to 317-550-5070. We'll do our best to answer it. Aaron's going to play us a couple more tunes.